It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1781, recorded Thursday, May 28th, 2020. Easy as ABCA. On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we have an LED light you can put into your freezer. We have a way to magnify your phone, the last of my hacked together gadgets, and of course, we hear from you guys. All next on the Giz Wiz!
It's the Sandom Show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
And here he is, our master of gadget ceremonies, Dick DeBartolo. How you doing, Dickie D?
I'm doing fine, sir. And you?
Doing good myself. I got my first quarantine haircut since quarantine.
Oh
today.
My gosh. Today,
yeah.
Okay.
Today, hours ago, in fact.
Oh my, it looks great. Yeah, I think
weird.
that should take you through the next pandemic. That's short.
Exactly. Yeah, no, and they were serious about cleanliness. I had to, before I showed up, do a whole questionnaire about if I was sick, if I wasn't feeling well. So I had to say that I was all good there and then agree to their, everything that they wanted. Then showed up and parked in the parking spot before I even got into the area. Then I texted a phone number that I was there. Then someone came out and took my temperature. And then I had a face mask, but my face mask went over my hair. And so they gave me a face mask that went over my ears and then cut my hair and whatnot. So it was,
wow.
Yeah, it was, they had
Did they make you take
operation.
the hair they cut home with you? So
Exactly.
that you wouldn't leave any...
Yeah, no, they incinerated it there on premises. It kind of smelled a little like burnt hair, but
Oh
no.
my gosh. Well, Charlie, the groomer was open on Saturday. And
nice.
So just Dennis went, so that two of us weren't there. And they were all in masks, and they ran out and took Charlie. Charlie didn't have to wear a mask, so that was good.
That is good. Yeah, so anyway, I feel like getting back a little bit, got a haircut.
Exactly.
So, that's kind of nice.
Oh, and we were going to mention a thing about tax.
Yes. So Patreon is updating some stuff once again, and everyone should get an email on the 1st of next month letting you know all the details. But the broad strokes of it is that they're going to start charging sales tax on all supporting levels.
Yes, but there are some... It said, according to our calculations, Patreon, because they said it's so complicated, it said less than half members will probably end up paying a tax.
Yeah.
Because there are 14 states who don't care, and they haven't quite figured out what a thing is. For example, you can get taxed on episodes, or you can be taxed on a thing. So I don't know what no one seems to be clear what the thing is. Like our viewers get no things. We don't send anybody.
We don't mail anybody anything.
Anything.
Except for what the heck is it? But that's not a Patreon situation.
No, that's nothing.
That has nothing to do with Patreon.
No, you don't pay. You don't pay for that. You just send a thing anyway.
Yeah. So. If you've seen email from Patreon, that's what's going on, is they are implementing sales tax focused on whatever location you are on.
You are in, exactly.
And so don't be surprised when you see a big old Patreon email.
And what you could do is just look up the states that don't care and just change your zip code to that.
We aren't, wait a second, we are not,
no.
We are not lawyers. Don't do that. But yeah, so anyway, there you go. There's a small Patreon update. Yeah. It's just like, it feels like nothing happened this last week. I don't really
No, well, I have one more thing on my backyard.
Oh, yes!
Yes.
Do you have
okay,
a chimney yet?
So they're putting gas heat, and it turns out that there can't be an internal chimney; it has to be an external chimney, and it's going to be in my backyard. And I can see in the building next door. I said to Dennis, "Well, it's not that bad. It's like a huge stainless steel chimney that will be 5 stories high, and it's set back from the building about 12 feet with rods holding it to the building."
Mhm.
And then 2 days ago, Dennis said, "Come up to my apartment for a minute." I said, okay. He said, "Look out the window." I said, "Okay, well, what am I looking at?" And he said, "Look at that chimney." I said, "Oh, I know about that chimney." He said, "Look at the base of their chimney." This never dawned on me. So you have a furnace heating a 5-story building. That chimney's going to be hot. So next door, and you can't see it from my yard
Because of the fence.
because of the fence, there is a 4-foot brick foundation
Oh, no.
about 8 feet high.
So you don't burn yourself touching the chimney.
Yes. So I don't even know if my back door's going to open.
Oh, no.
So
Oh,
it is.
no.
Yeah.
You're like, can we put some like ceramic like material on there? This was like,
Can't you just put like a potholder material? How
Yeah,
about I line
I'm
it
sure
with
I can-
potholders?
crochet, a little yarn thing in case the heat.
So that's another reason that
Yikes.
we'll do a virtual meetup this year to not where I have my trains are a disaster. I don't know what this chimney is going to look like.
I feel like you're going to be that guy who had the property. I've heard this story a few times where he had some property and then the city needed to put in a street, so that took over his property, and then you needed to have an easement for the street, and then you had a sidewalk, which I added, and then eventually he ended up with like a few inches of property because
Yeah.
of
No,
all the stuff.
I can visualize that this thing boards up my back door, and they go, "Well, you just can't use the yard anymore." And then 2 years from now, if we have a meetup, people will have to go into the yard through my bedroom window.
We just Santa Claus it up. Just go down the chimney.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Man, that is a pain and a half. Holy
Yeah,
moly.
exactly.
I feel like you should get some discount on whatever the cost of the furnace is. It's like,
Yeah.
hey,
Oh no, we're paying for that.
yeah, that's the thing.
They divide that up among the 10 tenants, and everybody pays their share of it forever. Anyway. All right, should we go on to happier
If I
things?
was the landlord, I'd just be like, new paint. Everybody's paying for that forever. Chip on the stair. Got to pay for that forever.
Oh, that would be good. That would be very nice.
Yeah, well, we got to get window cleaning this week, so pay for that, everybody, forever. Seems like a pretty convenient way to just...
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And actually, one day, a fuse blew out and all the hall lights went out, and the landlord was on vacation. I bought extension cords, and I ran I got a huge extension cord out of the cellar, and then I bought another one, and I ran a light, a work light to each floor, so people didn't fall down and kill themselves. And I mentioned that to the landlord, and he didn't say, "Well, can we reimburse you for that?" They just said, "Oh, that was good. Thank you."
Thanks for that. That was very nice of you. We should
I
have
didn't
more
want anybody-
tenants just like you. That's
They
great.
do. They do. Anyway, we have a tenant moving in now, and I just said, I know your furniture's moving in. If you could just keep it down a little, because I have the keys to the basement, and if you want to have heat next winter, don't make any noise.
Yes, that's no pie or like, hey, welcome to the neighborhood. Just
Yes, exactly.
Hey.
I know. No, I went
had a
out and I
piece of-
introduced myself, and I just said, I do this show, and you could ask the guys when they're running upstairs if they could just keep it down a bit, because moving men love to yell from one end of the building to the other. Anyway, they've been very quiet, so it's great.
Yeah. But yeah, that should be said. If you happen to hear any movement, that's what's going on this episode.
That's what it is. Exactly.
Well, I guess let's jump into some gadgets.
Oh, okay. So you probably don't know about this gadget. I didn't, and here it is. Okay, so without press events, I'm buying all kinds of weird stuff. For example, the 3D phone magnifier with FM radio and wireless speaker. See your favorite videos, movies, shows, and more in 3D. Oh, FM radio function too. Oh, used as a magnifier. Oh, and look it's from Eternal Lifestyle. I think they also make a funeral home. They make coffins with Bluetooth. What a funny name, Eternal Lifestyle. Okay, so, ta-da! Ooh, wow. It comes with an audio cord, so if you're not using Bluetooth, this is a nice perk.
Oh,
You can use audio out on your device. And
that is way larger than I would have expected.
Oh, I thought there were no instructions. But there are. All right. So, then.
Whoa.
This is. I like the way they put this on so carefully. I wonder if this has been returned from. Oh my! This looks all scratched up. All right. So, what do we do here? Turn unit on. That's it. We're gonna. There's nothing about how to set the unit up. I see. So what we're doing is let's go to a website to the Giz Wiz show. And
It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mads Mattis writer Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1780, recorded Thursday, May 21st, 2020.
Okay.
Blood, Sweat, and Trains.
Does it look great?
Wow.
Is it the same plaque as like the ones you have now, but
The speakers are a touch better, okay?
Gold.
And is it
I don't
the
know
right
if it's real
size?
gold. It might be fool's gold, but
Wow.
yeah. So this is considered. The
All right, maybe with
silver play
Bluetooth
button,
it might be
and
a
you
little
get this at
better.
100,000.
Anyway, this is what it looks like,
And then you
okay?
get the gold
So the
play button
feet
at
fold out.
$1,000,000, and then you
Okay.
get the
There are
diamond
feet on
play
the
button
bottom.
at 10,000,000.
Speakers on the
I
side.
think.
It does have a little, looks like a micro SD card slot, so I guess you could play music from it. And also, it's very lightweight. So I don't know how you use it as a magnifier. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right. That. And
Time to read the fine print.
I mean, it's not the most convenient thing to do. I guess you could put this in upside down and then turn this over. It does magnify. All right, well, the great thing is they're dirt cheap. It turns out there are tons of them on the market. By the way, this does not have FM radio. I got it for $15. It was $20 on Walmart, and eBay, I saw it for $6 with $25 shipping. Okay. It's just a fun piece of crap. All right. The little speakers are good. Kids might like it. I assume if you're using the little SD card, you have Next Track. And I guess also you can do this if you're using it.
FM mode.
Oh, FM mode.
Ah. too bad. There's no
antenna.
FM stations in New York.
Well, the thing is, there's no antenna. So I played with this for a couple of hours, and I have some final thoughts about it. So there are built-in speakers. There's a built-in amplifier. There's volume controls. There's a built-in battery. The problem is, nowhere in the instructions or on the website does it say how big the battery is. There's no LED. You don't know when the battery's charging. You don't know when the battery's full. So that's ridiculous. It does have FM radio. I got no stations. I got the thought of plugging in a long charging cable. That gave me one station. Maybe at the beach you would get an FM station. Bluetooth. I had the phone here, playing Bluetooth music here. Dropped out about every 20 seconds. The music would go off and on. So that was ridiculous. And then it suddenly dawned on me. I got out a ruler. My phone has a 6.5-inch diagonal screen, and this is a 7.5-inch diagonal screen. So what exactly are you gaining for $20?
What's 3D?
3D is just a joke.
Your imagination.
Yeah, I guess it's 3D because this screen is here and that screen is there, and I guess
There's
you're
an inch
looking
and a half
through a
between
window.
them, so it's 3D.
You know, they did some engineering. They should have gone a little further with it, because the way it is now, the eternal lifestyle magnifier will spend eternity in Dick's gadget warehouse.
That is, that's as crappy as they come.
I don't get it. To put an amplifier in there and speakers.
Bluetooth, the whole Bluetooth thing must be so cheap. It must be pennies to add a Bluetooth connector. Whatever.
Yeah, and they figured what put in an LED. What?
Yeah,
and that'll raise it another penny.
I don't get it.
It's just beyond stupid that.
And also, this is not reality at all, because if you look at this thing at any off angle, you lose the magnification, the 1-inch magnification.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just
and it also there's not a word about the USB in, but I assume you can play music off a thumb drive too. But why not put in one LED that would tell you it's on?
Yeah, that
would blink when you should charge it. That
you
would
could
light
get
up.
a way better Bluetooth speaker from Five Below any day.
Yes, if you want to give up the 1 inch. I mean,
right.
Yes. If you can live with a 6.5-inch screen and not a gigantic
7.5-inch screen,
7.5 slightly distorted magnification screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is I don't know. That magnification looks cool.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I like I said, if you gave this to a kid, he'd have fun with it for a couple of hours. He'd put stuff in it and magnify it.
Could it be used for like an escape room design or something? Like, it makes it look retro, cool. But
maybe you could take it apart and just use the front as a big magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been a great hacking gadget for you.
That's what I should have done. Yeah.
There you go. I'll save it. Next year, if you do gadgets you can hack.
That
you
one.
can take that.
That'd be a good one. Okie dokie.
Okay, gadget number 2, I like a lot, and it solved a big problem.
Here it is.
Okay, so it's dark in the kitchen for dramatic effect. The light in the refrigerator burned out. I cleverly had bought a spare bulb, but it turned out that the reason it burned out is the bulb melted the fixture in the refrigerator that holds the light. I don't know what's going on with that. So what I did is I put one of these in the refrigerator, okay? And that works okay. It lights the refrigerator enough that we can see what's in there. But then I thought, there's never been a light in the freezer could I put a light in the freezer? So on Amazon, I typed in freezer light and one came up. Now the company says, try it in the freezer, but the batteries might freeze. Anyway, we put one in here for 48 hours. And what are the chances of it lighting up? 50-50. Let's take a look. Ta-da! Do I have a light in my freezer? Oh, I do.
Whoa.
All right, this is it. It's frosty cool, and this is frosted over. But, you know, in the reviews, several people said, what, are you kidding? It's been in my freezer for months.
That seems so bright,
So we're
too.
going to go and I'll
It
just show
is
you what light
bright.
it
It's
is
really
here.
great. I can see we
But
need to defrost
I like
the
it. I
freezer
guess if I
too.
put it this way, it's even better. So you could see down. Okay. Are we hoarding food? No, we're not. We made our every 2-week run 2 nights ago. Okay. So this is it. LED path light, motion activated, and weatherproof. Installs instantly, battery operated. Use outdoors or indoors. So it doesn't come with batteries. It comes with a backing plate. So since you may have to replace the batteries, you can install the backing plate. Then the light will slide in here, and you can use it where you want. And it also comes with some stickums if you want to stick it on a wall. And I like it. Let's see. So it was under $16, okay? So it was roughly $15.50. That price can change at any time. And it got a lot of reviews, 532 reviews, and it got more than 4 stars. So if you're looking for a light for a freezer, you know, if you really have a big refrigerator, I'm sure the lights are built in. But we have an apartment-sized refrigerator, and I never had a light in the freezer, and now I do. After, 35 years? I can see what's in there. That's it. Bye.
That is neat, because it's just an outdoor light.
Yeah, absolutely.
sense.
And you know, it's very funny. I didn't realize it when you were showing the video. On Amazon, it says Amazon's choice for freezer light.
There it is. Oh,
Right,
yes.
And I bet it says that because I typed in freezer light.
Yeah.
Because out of 536 reviews, 532 reviews, only 2 people mentioned that they keep it in their freezer.
Yeah.
So I have an idea that whatever you type in, it suddenly becomes Amazon choice for that.
Yeah. It's like a backwards keyword search.
Yes, exactly. And at one time, I had tried one of those little LED lights that I have in the bottom compartment of the refrigerator, but it just froze solid. And this one works better because this is designed for outdoors. And let's see, we shot this Tuesday, so it's been another 4 days. So it's been there for 4 days. It's working great. I know someone asked, how do I know it shuts off when I close the door? I'm guessing it does because it's motion activated.
Yeah.
Oh, there, Dave said it again. And someone else said they like this idea because the light in their freezer is in the back.
Yeah. And this one is.
So once you
anywhere.
fill it with food, you have a dark freezer.
I feel like you got to get another one for the fridge because that fridge one was underpowered. You got to.
Yeah.
Switch it.
Now that I'm going to wait another couple of days. If it keeps operating like this, I mean, it's 1550.
Yeah. It's great.
Just move faster than the light. Oh, that's the key, Beatmaster. I have to sneak up on it in the middle of the night when the refrigerator's asleep. Just whip that door open.
I don't know if a GoPro could be like frozen. Just put it in there and record the whole situation.
Oh, that's
I don't know
funny.
about that.
That's a great idea.
It seems a little bit like doesn't really matter. Like just assume that it's working properly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty good.
Okie
dokie.
Okay, now final thing is a bike gadget that only took, I don't know, 4 weeks to get here. And this is it.
It arrived too late for the bike's safety spot, but it's still May, at least when we record this. So here is the Gallop bicycle alarm. You would think the Gallop should be the horse alarm, shouldn't it? Anyway, the bike alarm package contains alarm and several screws. Hope one of them is not that you lost your money, okay? Quiver style alarm, 120 decibels. Protects bike from being destroyed and prevent the behavior of moving the bike by the thief. Okay,
Yes.
that's it.
That's what we need.
And there are the screws. All right, so obviously you just click it around the bike frame. I guess you could use it on a scooter too. Use instructions. Oh, I wish I had my magnifier. 4-digit code that only the user can unlock. Okay. You can set it for high, middle, and low sensitivity for the shaking of the bike. Low power consumption. Easy do-it-yourself installation. The default code is ABCA. Okay. So, doesn't come with a battery. All right, so it takes a 9-volt battery. Let's get the little cable out here. All right, 9-volt battery. The Rayovac Pro. Whoa. And, okay, full power. Captain, we have full power. You know, in all these years, you think they would have come up with a better way. Actually, they have. I like the little battery compartments that just take the battery the way it is. All right, so that goes on.
Without that cable.
And then the cover goes back on. Okay, locks it in. Okay, waterproof. Do not immerse the product in water. Use a 9-volt battery. To set alarm, press B for 3 seconds. Whoa. You'll hear a sound. Then the unit will work after a 5-second delay. All right, so I guess the unit is set to go. And so the code ABCA. All right, I'm coming up. I'm grabbing the bike. Whoa. Okay. That's pretty loud. And the speaker's facing down. Okay.
That new neighbor is going to be like, what is going on?
That was it? Did it stop because I moved it again? What? Well, that's it.
Oh, it's a warning.
I got it.
Yes.
I got
Yeah,
it.
you got it.
Okay.
It warns like
I understand
3
that.
times.
After 5 seconds goes by, it gives you those beeps to tell you that it's set. Then another 5 seconds, if you move it, then it sounds constantly, okay? And I unset it by pressing, I stopped it with ABCA. And then in here, it tells you how to go in and set any 4 digits that you want.
Yeah, you're right.
how much was
It does those
okay.
those
I'm getting screwed
initial
right and left.
tweets
I
to
paid
warn you.
$12 for mine, and it took forever to get here. Ta-da! Alibaba. Oh, it's sold out. Okay. It was $4.58 with free shipping to the U.S., but sold out. Maybe it was a closeout. It's still around on eBay. It's not bad. It goes around, click it on your bike frame, and there are the screws in there. There's looks like a long set of screws and a short set. The sensitivity is also good. That's it. The Giz Wiz with the, what do we call this? Oh, the Gallop bike alarm. Don't leave home without it. Someone stole my bike. So that's how late this was. Someone stole my bike 3 years ago, and I just got this. Bye.
I wonder if even the person who's stealing your bike would understand what's going on. It's making some noise. Well, let me keep stealing this. Wow, this noise is getting really annoying. Well, I better pedal faster since I'm already kind of committed at this point.
You could write off with it. You were right because I didn't correct the video. So you set it, and it does like 5 beeps. The first 5 beeps is telling you it's set. Then if someone moves the bike, it does 5 beeps and another 5 beeps. And if they're still screwing around with the bike, it starts sounding for a longer amount of time. And I timed it. It's about 15 seconds. And then if you're still playing with the bike, it starts the whole cycle over again with a series of 3 beeps and then 15 seconds of long beep. I mean, the thing is, it's really loud. You know, it's very hard to hear over the phone and through the internet. It's really annoyingly loud.
No, officer. This is a device to make sure cars can hear me coming. It's not an alarm. No, this is a protection device for me. Yes, officer.
Exactly. If it was an alarm, it would be constant. But this is like
no. This is every time I decide it will make a sound.
It's a warning. That's right. And now this is a stern. You see that? That's a sterner warning, officer.
Yeah.
Now wait till you hear the third set of beeps. That is really, hey, get the H out of here warning.
I'm coming up right beside you. Okay,
Oh,
so it's
who
on
has
eBay.
it? Oh my God, eBay. Oh wow.
Look at that. And then also the chat room, of course, found it on AliExpress.
For $2.50.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Shipping.
Where is shipping? Oh gosh, $3 shipping. So it's basically the
so
same as
it's basically the
over
same
here.
as eBay.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're way better off on eBay because
look at
it's
that.
only coming from California.
Yeah. It'll come on the 4th of June versus probably July over here. What is this?
Yeah.
No, June 30th though. Instead
Okay.
of the 4th. But you can never be sure.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
exactly.
have ordered LEDs that I am still waiting on, and I have no idea when they're going to arrive. So you never know with Alibaba.
No, I still have masks that when the whole
By the time the second wave
COVID-19,
hits,
yes, yeah.
there you go.
I can decorate it for Halloween when they
Yeah.
come.
Okay, well, let's go. The Gallop bike alarm.
The Gallop bike alarm.
Just do some Googling and try to find the best price, if that speaks to you.
Exactly.
That speaks.
Which brings us to the final May installment of
You know you don't need it, but you might want it at Chad's Crappy Corner. Get it.
So we're in Hack Together Gadgets, and I realized that maybe some of my Hack Together Gadgets were a little bit more intense than some of the viewers wanted. So I looked for in the style, in the theme of Hack Together Gadgets, and so I found this little robot that you may want to make with your kids, that sort of thing. So let's take a look at this week's and the last week of Hacked Together Gadgets. Hey Diggity, so here we are with another Hack Together gadget, and today we are looking at a kit. This is the Kids Robotics tabletop robot. It is part of the STEAM powered kids. It's STEM, but with arts added in. And this is just a little robotic kit that you can make yourself. One of the things that I really thought was clever about it is that it says that it can detect edges of any platform and make swift turns to avoid falling off. So inside, it comes with all of the stuff, but also it mentions that you should have a small crosshead screwdriver and a AA battery. So we have those here sitting next to us. And inside, it's fairly simple. I've actually opened this up already, spoiler alert. You have the instructions, which are very short. So I thought this was going to be more of a larger project. It's a pretty short project. And then you have the pieces in one bag, a cover, and then just a little spacer, which was just to kind of keep everything together. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this bag and open up all of the little things and take a look at the instructions a little bit more deeply, and then we will get back with you. So here we are with all the parts sort of laid out and just following the first few steps. It seems very simple. So I have a little axle, put it into this little hole, throw a gear over that. I think I need to push that down a little bit harder than, oh, maybe not. Maybe that is it just gravity holding that in? I guess so, yeah. After looking down in there, it's just gravity. Then we take another axle, throw it in over here. Oops, my finger brought it with it. And then there we go. So I guess if this falls, it's just gonna fall apart. There we go. So that's all together. And you can kind of just see from the rest of the parts, not a ton of parts. So we're gonna be following the next few steps to get this all together. Okay, so those axles that I was worried about, we take this, there we go, this thing right here, and we put it on top so that it keeps them all in place, and we screw this on. So our robot has been created. I'll be honest, there was not a ton of assembly. I created it in maybe 10 minutes, less, 5 minutes, something like that. Most of the components are all inside of the chassis, which is already created for you. So really all I was doing was adding a battery pack and using some terminals at the back to connect that up, the gears, which you saw, and then a whole bunch of this sort of stuff that looks kind of cool. So supposedly it says in the instructions that it does need to be at basically a 90-degree angle from the edge. Not really sure how it's going to deal with all of my table's weirdness, but there it goes. Okay, I think it's gonna fall off. Oh, somehow. Oh, it noticed. You can see it's noticing the edges. Oh, and that's nice. Just stop. Just grab it. So if I start it here, it's gonna aim for this edge and hopefully detect that there's an edge there. Oh, and it moves. I'm not exactly sure how it does it, but if you look underneath, you can see that there are the wheels that will move it along. And then there's this wheel right here that will turn, and some type of detector right here that will stop that wheel from turning. It's kind of cool. So this seems like a fun project. It is very simple, very, very simple. Something that I would, whatever age range, this is definitely something that was, I feel like, a little bit younger than me than should be, but it said 8 and up on the box.
Very fun. The Kids Robotics tabletop robot.
And how much?
So actually I need to pull that up.
I'm gonna say $30.
It is
more.
Still loading. I don't think yeah, 1483.
Oh, that's
So
pretty cheap.
Less. Even less.
Oh, that's very good.
So yeah. So it's pretty quick. I wish almost it was even a little bit more complicated than it was. But maybe the fun is in sort of experimenting with how it works and that sort of thing. It's just like, I don't know. This also depends on the age of your child. If they're younger, you don't want to be giving them something that's like, okay, here's how you flash an Arduino board, and then make sure that you have the SSID.
Now we're
correct.
missing 2 legs, so go 3D print them.
Right, exactly. So if your G code isn't really up to spec, you might want to add some. Yeah, exactly. So a much more approachable gadget than the other ones that I've been showing. So it's kind of fun and inexpensive, small project. Definitely something that would be a good gift to someone who is sort of that mindset, who likes those type of gadgety things. So
And isn't afraid of bugs.
Right, exactly. Or crabs. Yeah,
crabs.
definitely. So there you go. That is the tabletop robot from Giz Robotics. And with that, let's jump into Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy. Together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Well, not only do we have a new submitter,
Woohoo!
we have Henry New, but Henry is in Singapore.
Wow.
And writes, "Hey, Dick and Chad, in line with your hack to get a theme, I have created a light bulb holder which can change an emergency light into a decent torch. Enjoy." Signed, Henry from Singapore. So here's Henry hacking his gadget.
Nice.
Hi, Dick and Chad. Long-time listener from across the sea in Singapore. I'd like to show you my emergency light that you have introduced in an episode way back. Did try to find the episode on YouTube. There were too many to go through. I gave up after a while. Let me first show you the emergency light. It's a normal LED which actually turns on, okay, when you connect it to the mains. But when there's a power outage or a blackout, it will still remain on because of the small 18650 battery that is built in the emergency light. In conjunction with your Hack Together gadgets, what I'm going to do is that
That's interesting.
I'm going to get a PVC and cut a hole for the switch.
Oh, wow.
And after that, I have a bulb connector and a couple of magnets. Okay, first we'll put in the magnets.
What's the? I see the switch. What's the other thing?
I can't remember if that's a capacitor or battery.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Well, actually, wait a minute. The
feel
light
like
has a
he's-
battery in it, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it comes on automatically.
It feels like he's making a lightsaber.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think
Yeah,
he
he said a torch, which is
Yeah.
usually
Flashlight.
a flashlight. But I don't know what the magnets do.
I wonder if it's like to stick it somewhere.
Oh, yeah, maybe like
Put a
onto a
little tape
refrigerator.
around the bulb holder. Sorry, let's put in the
Which? Nice.
switch first.
This is
Little
very
tip
hacked together.
around.
Oh, it's the light socket.
And what we need to do is we just
I got
tie
it.
all the wires
Of course,
together.
of course.
Yeah, because the battery's in the emergency. And this is obviously not a kit.
Yeah, exactly. This is very hacked together.
This is a hack.
Yeah. And then the tape would come off, so it sticks in the PVC. That is so neat. And very creative.
Yeah.
So I think that light can still detect. This is the light that we covered on the show. That he
Yes.
can still detect the switch position. So
Yes.
that's why he's adding this extra switch, is because it can still tell I don't know. I assume it sends maybe a small electrical signal down to see if it's working or something. But it can still tell if the switch is on or off. So even though there's no power, it will still
And test it out
Work.
first.
Go on or off as
Right.
you wish.
right. See, just like
Hey,
that.
and voila. I have an emergency light that will always stay charged in any emergency.
And then you can switch it into his torch.
Yeah.
And I love
That's
the children
that's
in
pretty
there, too.
neat.
That is awesome. That is a nice hack together gadget. Very
That
good.
was very clever.
That's
So Henry,
cool.
thank you for
Yeah.
doing that. And Henry sent a link to the bulb he bought, which is probably going to be a lot cheaper than it was when it first came out.
Yeah. And let me load that up. Whoop.
Okay.
There it is. Smart LED bulb, emergency light. This is the AliExpress store. So you can get it in different wattages, different prices. And it'll be delivered in a month.
Yeah,
very
that
cool.
is. Oh, wait a minute. Get $2 off. Use that weird code. That would bring it down a lot.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, $2 off if your order is over 49. I always love when they add that at the end.
Yep. But that is neat. That is you know, we've seen this before, but it's a very cool gadget still, just the bulb. And then putting that all together so that you can easily turn it into a flashlight. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, and once he's made the flashlight, then it's just a matter of wanting
Unscrewing
a flashlight,
it.
take the bulb
Right.
out and put so that's great. So Henry, you live in Singapore. I will sign one of those Alfred E. Newman pictures to you, and send you a high-res image, which you can print out there in Singapore. Oh, I wonder if he gets it faster. Singapore.
Because of the time zones.
Yeah, the different time zone. Then maybe Alibaba's like across the street. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Anyway,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Henry, thank you for that. If we're looking for more videos, we have a couple in house. But if you'd like to make a video, 1 to 3 minutes, anything to do with a gadget, put it on YouTube, and in the drop-down menu, you can click Unlisted. So only people with the URL will be able to see it, and send us that URL, and it goes to mail@gizwiz.tv, mail@gizwiz.tv. And don't make it private, because then no one can see it but you. That's it.
Perfect. With that, let's move on to the letter.
Become the letters, your lovely letters. Become the Giz Wiz letters now.
Now.
Kelly Rothschild writes, "Hi, Dick and Chad. I just received an email for a new gadget, new to me. I thought it might be something you want to test in Chad's Crappy Corner or Dick's Gadget Warehouse. I searched Amazon for touchless door opener, and I found the COVID claws, the germ keys, and so on. This is a much better option to using my back to open doors or my elbow to touch those elevator buttons." And so this is...
It's a hook that I guess can go on your keychain, but it's perfectly made to be able to go around door handles that have the, the little loop, or if you need to pull a bar or push a button. You're still kind of out of luck if you got a door handle that's round, but most businesses don't really have those door handles. Those really don't happen all that often, but they'd have a bar that you got to pull or something like that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I read something and I went back to my notes and I couldn't find it. Someone said that it works great, but then when you get home, I don't know, somehow the germs. I forgot what
across.
it was.
They've migrated.
You have to be very careful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, they're cheap enough if you want to play with one. Hey, is anybody in the chat room using one of these?
Yeah.
Chat room. Magoo says make sure you clean it after every use, maybe.
I'd assume that there's the side that you touch and then the side that's like dirty. You just like wouldn't want to ever touch.
Oh yeah, yes,
You know,
exactly.
This side with your keys, you can touch
Right.
that. This side. Stay away.
Bleak says just use your hands and then wash them.
I do agree there. That as long as you wash them right before you eat, and then try not to touch your face as much as possible.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. Too.
Hawkspo says this is good because you can carry the germs in your pocket for when you need them.
Curse your enemies. You just wipe it on them.
Okay. Go in and use it to stir your martini. That makes it germ free.
It's
Becky said, "I'm
could
still
be
using gloves."
a tiny ninja throwing hook. I like that.
Yeah, it seems to be washing your hands.
This really would be a perfect what the heck is it?
Oh,
later.
it would have been.
Yeah.
It would have been. Unless people are buying them and know what it is.
Exactly.
I think Paul said, is it made out of brass or copper? It doesn't say, right? I believe copper is more germ resistant, but I'm not sure. It's strange. It doesn't even say. Oh, zinc alloy.
Interesting.
Oh, I think zinc alloy is so cheap that bacteria doesn't like
It
it.
doesn't want to stay.
It's
like, I don't want to squat here.
I need brass. I need skin.
Yeah.
I'm not getting on this. Zinc. What did they pay? $3? What is this, like $3? I'm going to contaminate this?
It's pretty cool. I forgot to see how much did it cost. It looks like a 3-pack is $15. And if you want a 50-pack, it's only $200. So.
Oh, great. But, I have seen this on high-end websites for like $39.
Oh,
And you
wow.
think, whoa, somebody is making a killing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not us. I think that's what annoys me the most.
Yeah. If it was just us, it would be so much better.
It would be
fine.
great.
I'd be fine
It
with
would
it.
be great.
That's
Anyway,
cool. Nice
Kelly,
one.
thank you for telling us about the touchless door opener. But I don't think the chat room is convinced. No, it's not brass, Chung-Li. It does say zinc, which is really one of the cheapest metals, isn't it?
I think so. I haven't checked. My
Zinc.
catalog.
Zinc. The only thing I know about zinc is that on a boat, you use it as a sacrifice plate. You drop a piece. Your trim tabs have zinc tabs on the bottom that are there to be eaten by the electricity in the water. So rather than electricity in the water attacking things like your propeller, zinc being the easiest thing to be eaten, the easiest. It's something Beatmaster knows this. Beatmaster, what is the chain of command called of metals? Anyway, zinc is at the bottom. It's the basest of the base metals.
Interesting.
Anyway,
so that will
Kelly,
attract whatever needs.
yes, especially at marinas where people dock boats for a long time. A lot of people let their extensions and their phone, all kinds of cables drag in the water, and that can create electrolysis, which is really bad for boats.
Giz 99879 says a sacrificial anode.
There you go. That's what the zinc plates are.
And their name suggests that they just logged in just to say, I gotta say this, it's a sacrificial anode. I don't even need a username.
Thank you.
Perfect.
99879. Thank you. And Kelly, thank you.
Very cool. Very, very cool. With that, I want to say thank you to our patrons over at patreon.com/Giz Wiz. That's where you can support the show quickly and easily. And of course, we gave you that little update earlier about Patreon and tax, so we'll see what happens there.
And
But if
they'll
you
be
wanna
voting now, right?
yes, very soon for the next month. You guys will be voting on what the next Crappy Corner theme will be. So head on over to Giz Wiz you can head on to gizwiz.tv, but also patreon.com/gizwiz and support. And seriously, you could do the smallest amount. It'd be fantastic. We just want patrons. We just want you guys to support the show. You guys rock so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your support. So you can either head on over to patreon.com/gizwiz or head on over to gizwiz.tv and click on the Patreon tab. There will also be a link to PayPal if you don't want to support via Patreon. If you want to give via PayPal, you could do that there on that page as well. And I think that link will even allow for reoccurring payments. So however you want to support the show, you can. And just know that we really, really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for supporting us and keeping the Giz Wiz going. Thank you so much. Speaking of gizwiz.tv, that's where you can watch the show live just about every Thursday. We've been pretty consistent for a few Thursdays now. At gizwiz.tv, just click on the main page and the live stream will be there. You can join the chat room if you want, but if you don't watch live, don't worry. We have all of the old episodes there on the website. Or if you want to subscribe, you can do so with an RSS feed or on iTunes or on YouTube. Head on over to gizwiz.biz, and that's Dickie D's site, where he writes up all the articles about all the gadgets that we talk about on the show. So if you want to find out more about the gadgets, that is a great resource. Once you're there, play What the Heck Is It?, which is the game show online. We reference it all the time, where you have to guess what this gadget is. The whole gadget, that's it. It's not just a piece or part. That is the whole gadget, and this is obvious to me that this was a way to do LASIK eye surgery using the sun as your laser. So if you want to try that out.
Was your father a doctor? Because that is so precise.
Yeah. It's a precise tool, really. I mean, look at that handle. You could really point that thing anywhere. So if you know what this is, get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. There are 6 Mad Magazines for correct answers if you do know what this is. But if you don't know what it is, don't worry, there's double the Mad Magazines, 12 Mad Magazines for funny, clever, hilarious, and interesting answers. So get creative over at gizwiz.biz. That about wraps it up for our show. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
I'll be here.